Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of my TinkerCad Masterclass series. In this episode, we'll be going over how to navigate the 3D workspace, how to add objects, how to move objects, how to group and subtract objects, and then how to change the color of objects. Okay, so what's going to happen is when you start TinkerCad, you're going to come up on this page. It says flat is boring. So I already have an account, so I'm not going to actually make an account. But what you would do is hit join now, or if you already have an account, then obviously you would just log into your account. Now, then you'd hit create a personal account. I'm just going to sign in because I already have an account. Okay, so once you created your account, you're not going to have anything in like your dashboard. But I've been using this for about 4 years. So I'm going to have a ton of stuff made, 12 pages. So you're just going to hit create a new design. Now it's going to load up your design, and then in the top you're going to have this kind of random title. It's created by like a random generator. I'm going to just change this. We'll just call this, or I'm just calling it first. So you're coming up on the screen, and then you have this work plane right here. Then in the top corner you have this little navigation cube, this home button, fit to view, zoom in, zoom out, and this little orthographic view. So currently what we're interested in is right here, this little corner where it has basic shapes. We want to see that there are all these shapes. Now to add something in to your work plane, I'm just going to pull in this box. You click it, drag, and hold it. Then just going to click off. So you might be kind of trying to design something, but then you're a little like stuck on this one view, which isn't very helpful whenever you're trying to design. You want to start navigating around. So if you use your mouse wheel and just click it right in, you'll be able to kind of drag your view around. If you right click, you'll be able to orbit around your object and see what you're actually working on. Then left click is how you drag and select. Now if you hold shift and right click, you get the exact same thing as if you middle click. And if you scroll, you zoom in and out. So take some time to practice getting used to the controls. Another thing is you can use this little ball at the top to orbit around too if you care about what's front, bottom, and top. Now, let's say you get lost. Like, you kind of don't know where the hell your design is. It's kind of hard getting lost, but let's say you get lost and you kind of just want to get back to your normal design. Because sometimes you get like tilted in really odd angles, and I don't really know how to do it or how to get back. So what you do is you just hit this home button, which will bring you back to your home view, which will pull you back to an area where you should be able to figure out where you are. Now let's say you're trying to zoom in on something, but then it's kind of hard lining everything up. So another thing you can do is just hit this fit to view, and that will just pull you in right to that one object. Then you can also use the buttons to scroll in and out. Now we're not going to touch this orthographic view because it's a little complicated. So now we're going to start making our first object. We're going to start by making a house. Just going to pull in this little roof piece. And then to move an object, you're going to left click it, and you can drag it around. Pull it in, and then to move objects up and down, you want to just grab this little cone, pull it up wherever you like it. Now we have this little house, however, it doesn't really look too good, it's not very proportionate. But to change the size, there are two ways you can do it. You can either drag this little slider, or you can go to this little object panel and change it. Now if you make a change but you don't like it, just hit Ctrl Z and it'll undo it, and then Ctrl Y will redo it, like with most programs. Just going to pull this down to 10, and we're going to pull that down to 10. So now this house is just a little simple. There's not really any windows or anything. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pull in this box, except it looks a little different because this isn't your normal box. This is what is known as a hole. So then to make it a little door, we're going to just pull that in, pull in some sides, try to get like some alignment in there, and then to actually cut the little doorway out of this object. In most programs this would be called a boolean, but this operation is just grouping the house and the hole. This will cut the object, or cut the hole, out of your main starter object. Now, if you want to undo this, just hit the ungroup button, and then you're back to our normal shapes. So grouping doesn't only work with just holes. It also works with two solid objects. I'm just going to group the two of these. And then now your house is all one object. So now if you want a little more control over your object, you can go to this little panel at the top. You can change it to a hole to make more complex holes, or you can change it to a different color. I'm going to choose this like tan color because I kind of like it, especially for this house. Now let's say you're designing your house and you pull in an object and you realize that's the wrong object. You could undo it. However, if it turns out you've done a bunch of other designing and that you actually want to keep the box, you would accidentally remove the box. So what you can do is just select the object by left clicking on it and then hit the delete key or the backspace key, and that will get rid of those objects. I know this might be a little redundant, but let's just quickly go over what we learned. We learned how to navigate the 3D workspace, how to add objects, how to move them, how to group objects, and how to subtract objects, and then also how to change the color of objects. Okay guys, thank you all for watching. Remember, if you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it, and tell me why in the comments down below. Please share it, and if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Check out my Patreon. Any little bit helps. Thank you all for watching, and as always, keep on printing.